Welcome to This Explainer. Look, we are literally witnessing a massive shift in how we work. Today, we're diving into how you can build your very own digital employee, and the best part, we're doing it with a completely no-code approach. We are just talking about chatting with an AI here. We're talking about putting AI to work for you. By the end of our time together, you'll know exactly how to set up an automated, intelligent assistant without writing a single line of code. Let's be real for a second. Have you ever stared at a tedious, manual workflow and just wished you could hand it off to someone else? Someone to sort through your endless documents, answer those routine customer questions, or just pull data from a massive spreadsheet. Creating that kind of custom automation used to require a computer science degree, a huge budget, or a whole IT team. But as we'll see in the source material today, those barriers, they're completely gone.
So here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll meet your AI helper. Second, we'll look at the basic agent architecture. Third, we'll walk through the 7-step build process. And finally, we'll cover some practical checks and limits. All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, Meet Your AI Helper. What exactly is an AI agent?
So, there's actually a really hard line between a standard AI chatbot and an AI agent. When you use a normal language model, it relies on its general training to answer your questions, right? But an AI agent is way more like a specialized digital worker. It uses a language model as its core brain, sure, but then combines that with your own specific private information, your exact instructions, and, this is the game changer, external tools to actually complete a workflow. It doesn't just talk to you, it acts for you.
Think of this as the resume of your new digital worker. It can handle a huge array of practical use cases that save you from all that tedious manual work. Imagine a customer support agent instantly handling routine tickets based purely on your company's FAQ, or a research assistant that automatically scours the web for competitor data while you're asleep. Or how about an internal knowledge assistant that instantly looks up info in your proprietary databases? The beauty of this no-code approach is that you're literally only limited by the workflows you want to automate.
Okay, moving right along to Section 2, Basic Agent Architecture. Let's look at the brain and the hands of this thing.
The crucial point here is this super elegant 5-step architecture that powers everything. It starts with an input, like say a question from you or a customer. Then it hits the AI model, which is the brain. Step 3 is where the magic happens. The AI doesn't just spit out text, it acts as an orchestration engine. It analyzes the input, looks at the tools it has available, and literally decides on a sequence of actions. Step 4, it reaches out to a tool or your data to execute that decision. And finally, Step 5, it returns a result. It's this incredibly dynamic cycle of thinking and acting.
To make this absolutely concrete, let's look at how this plays out in a customer support scenario. A customer asks a question. Now, the agent doesn't just guess the answer. Instead, it actively reads your approved knowledge source. Then, it figures out if it needs a specific tool, like maybe checking a database to see if an item is actually in stock. It retrieves that precise information, and only then does it prepare a response based on your exact instructions. It's methodical, it's structured, and it is entirely automated.
Which brings us to the really fun part, Section 3, the 7-step build process. Let's talk setup and execution.
We're going to split these 7 steps into 2 phases. Steps 1 through 4 are your setup phase. First up, you choose the AI model. Our sources suggest using a lighter, faster model when speed is your main priority, or a stronger, more robust model when you really need high accuracy and complex reasoning. Second, you add your data sources. You connect your PDFs, your spreadsheets, or your company knowledge base so the agent actually knows what it's talking about. Step 3 is writing the instructions, and Step 4 is giving it tools. This is the literal equipment it needs, like web search capabilities or API access, which are basically digital keys that let different software talk to each other.
Now, I want to pause here on Step 3 for a second, because writing the instructions is literally writing the job description for your agent. This is a massive takeaway. You aren't just telling it what to do, you're defining its role, its objective, its behavior, and its whole response style. If you want an agent that breaks down complex data for absolute beginners, you literally type, "Act as a simple language data explainer." Or, if you want an executive summary generator, you tell it to use formal, concise, board-level language. These instructions dictate the entire personality and output of your agent.
Okay, so once you've nailed the setup, you move to the execution phase. Step 5 is testing the agent. You've got to ask it realistic questions and give it representative tasks to see if it actually uses the right data. And hey, spoiler alert, it might fail spectacularly on the first try. That's totally normal, which is why step 6 is absolutely crucial. You improve it. If the results are off, you just go back and tweak the instructions, adjust the data sources, or change the model. Finally, step 7 is deployment. You take your fully trained, tested digital employee and place it directly into a practical workflow, like an internal app or a customer-facing chat interface.
All right, before you set your AI loose on the world, we need to hit section 4, practical checks and limits. Let's look at some management guidelines.
Remember, your AI is a remarkably helpful assistant, but it is not an infallible genius, right? Our source material highlights some really vital checks here. First off, treat its access just like you would a brand new employee. Only give it exactly what it needs, using only the data sources the agent is explicitly authorized to see. You also have to define what it should not do just as clearly as what it should. Next, pressure test it. Throw weird, unexpected questions at it to see how it handles those tricky edge cases. And always, always manually verify the important answers. Never just assume an AI is 100% correct all the time. And critically, from a financial perspective, be sure to review the pricing and free tier limits of any tools you attach to it. You definitely do not want to wake up to a surprise API bill at the end of the month.
So there you have it. We've covered the architecture, the build process, and the practical guardrails. You now have the exact blueprint to create a custom, powerful digital worker using completely free, no-code tools. The technical barriers are officially gone. So the only question left for you is, what piece of your busy work are you going to hand off to your new AI agent today?